Ontario Premier Dalton McGuinty says it's all or nothing when it comes to the Ontario budget, and it seems NDP leader Andrea Horwath is willing to submit to most of his demands. While the NDP will not block the passage of the budget bill this Wednesday, Horwath says she will not support four parts of the budget dealing with labour arbitration. Queen's Park columnist Christina Blizzard's just returned from a press conference with Andrea Horwath. What are your feelings on this, Christina?
Well, did the NDP not read the budget bill the day of the budget? I mean, everyone was complaining, everyone was pointing fingers at the Tories saying, oh, they rejected it out of hand. But what was the NDP thinking? They were the ones who hammered out a deal, the tax the rich, all that kind of stuff, a lot of high profile wheeling, dealing over that. But did they not read the fine print?
It's like a big bluff.
Yeah, you've got to vote for this as well, you know? So now it's all coming home to roost, and surprise, surprise, last week suddenly it all blew up.
Yeah, so really, I feel like they're holding the people of Ontario hostage. Go to an election. Honestly, at this point, just give us an election.
Yep, because that way we can, you know, have a more decisive form of government. All it's really doing is pointing out, if you can't make a minority work, if you guys can't work together, all it's doing is just destabilizing the economy at the time we really don't need it to be destabilized. I don't know what Dalton McGuinty is talking about when he says, oh, well, the credit rating agencies need to know that we've got stability. You know, hello, you were the guy who brought us to the brink in the first place, and the credit rating agencies did not give his budget a ringing endorsement. They said, hold on, they put us on a negative watch, and one of them also downgraded us. So I think they've all got a lot to answer for in this.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story, I guess,
Absolutely.
Christina. But at the bottom, I'm just curious, what do they do? Like, what work are they actually getting done other than pointing fingers at each other and threatening elections? Are they actually doing anything right now?
I think the only thing they've passed so far is the bullying bill, which, you know...
Which was flawed in itself.
Which was ludicrous. I mean, yes, I mean, we all want to make sure all the kids are safe in the classroom, but we want all kids, not just gay kids, looked after. We don't want anyone to be bullied. So they managed to pass that, but you can't pass the budget bill.
Well, exactly.
The most important thing we need to pass. You can't, get together long enough to decide on that, because it was the NDP who held the Liberals' feet to the fire on the whole thing about gay-straight alliances. But now apparently they can't decide to get together on what is a confidence motion. You know, you're going to bring down the government in June, have a July vote, because you guys have got this ego trip going. It's crazy, and it also points out that the Tories were not all that far wrong by saying, no, we don't want any truck or trade with this budget. Doesn't do what we want it to do.
Right, and so the social, issues like bullying, they're all great in print, but the bottom line is, if they don't get this budget dealt with, I mean, the jobs are still being lost. Doctors are still without contracts. I mean, this province essentially is not working right now.
Exactly. We are grinding to a halt, and the politicians are playing stupid games at Queen's Park. They clearly, I don't know, did the NDP not think this through? Come on, guys.
But come on.
Well,
I don't think anyone's thinking.
What are they thinking? This is your last stand. The McGuinty budget was more a political document than it was an economic one. I've always said that. I think Hudak and the Tories were right. It doesn't do anything for job creation. It doesn't do anything to rein in public sector salaries and some of the other issues.
Well, there's no austerity to it.
Yeah.
So what is Tim Hudak doing now? Because he's going to be holding a press conference today, and is he going to jump in and support this? I mean, are we going to go into the polls as you see it now?
Well, they almost triggered this by voting for some of these amendments. He's been on the road. He's been playing it very smart, I think. He's just been saying, hold on, you were the guys with the deal. You guys work it out. We said right from the start we didn't want to have anything to do with this. You knew where we stood. And I think, he's in a tricky position, as you know, Alex, because he's got this by-election coming up in Kitchener-Waterloo. So I think the Tories would almost prefer just
entirely new election.
Have a general election rather than just have a by-election where the Liberals can target that riding, where they can pour all kinds of resources in. A by-election, even the NDP can target that and could do very well in a by-election because nothing turns on it.
So if Andrea Horwath then puts her support behind this budget, are you hearing that there are members of her party that will stray and side with the Conservatives if the Conservatives vote against it?
Not what I'm hearing. I think that so far they're showing solidarity. That was the other thing that Dalton McGuinty did on Thursday when this all started to fall apart. He put out a statement saying, well, if there's any members of any opposition party want to work with us, meaning, oh, cross the floor, we'll welcome them. You know, that was a bit provocative, I thought.
Yeah, laughable at best.
Yeah.
I guess we'll be talking to you in the next couple of days to see what your summer break's going to look like. I personally think a lot of people in this province would just like them to call the election. Kick them all out, get rid of them, do something, but get back to work because they're going to go into a summer election. I mean, a summer election, but if not a summer election, they're going into summer break.
Yeah.
Thanks, Christina.
My pleasure.
That is Queen's Park. Columnist Christina Blizzard joining us live in studio.